Welcome to the Daily Mastermind, guys. I'm Paul Baxter, and we're going to be talking about how reviews are important. And what I'm talking about is ratings and reviews, getting people to talk about their experience with you. It's like a testimonial, only what a review does is it shows other people that find you what kind of experience others have had, and that's what people are actually looking for. Google has come out with a lot of statistics, and Yelp is they're screaming their statistics from as loud at top of the treetops as they can. For those of you that like to travel, you're seeing a lot of it with TripAdvisor is making really big waves across the country with all their best ofs. Reviews are huge. People are absolutely looking for them. And if you don't have a cool and efficient way to be able to tap into those reviews, now I'm talking specifically about Google today, because Google offers you something additional for getting those reviews, not just the social proof of people who search you out, but it also gives you some Google juice. It gives you some added weight to the algorithm. A big part of what Hummingbird brought forward in that algorithmic change is the necessity for social proof. Google knows that people are looking for that. They want to know what their peers are saying about the companies they want to do business with, and it holds especially true in real estate and mortgages. People want to know that you're going to, take good care of them. So they're looking for these reviews. Honestly, it's one of the ways that Chad has really, really grown his business in the Arlington area, and we'll talk about that when we go live. But using these Google reviews, another person who is big on doing this is Christian Penner. Big on this, and one of the things that he's known for is what he does with Google and Google Plus, so that he is found for a very large area of South Florida. So let's talk about that specifically. Reviews are important too. So Google Plus business pages, they've gotten much easier to use. I don't know how many of you are active on Google Plus, but if you go in there, I was in there probably 2 weeks ago, and when I went in today, it has changed a little bit. The way you navigate and the way that you manage your business pages has changed a little bit recently, and it's become much easier. And the navigation actually kind of guides you, and just kind of read what's on your screen, and it literally walks you through the steps. But we're going to go through some specifics here real quick. Again, I don't want to dive too deeply. Well, I do want to dive deeply into the technical side of this, but we're going to go live for most of the question and answer part of the technical side of things. No, Peggy, you don't need to listen to yesterday's class to be able to understand today's class. Yesterday's class was just the finishing touches on setting up your retargeted ads on Facebook. Today's a completely different topic, so you don't need yesterday's class to get today's class. I was just kind of drawing that correlation. How to get into Google Plus. That's what I'm showing you right here. So to get into Google Plus, you go to google.com. If you're logged into your account, you're going to have your plus and your name right up at the top here. If you're not logged into Google, you're not going to have that. You'll see nothing up here. You need to log into Google, and there'll be a sign in button right up there. So just simply to get into your Google Plus, you just need to be logged into Google and go to google.com, and you'll see your plus and your name right up there. Automatically, if you've created a Google account prior to 3 months ago, you automatically have a Google Plus account whether you know it or not. 3 months ago, Google changed that policy. They no longer automatically create a Google Plus page for you when you create your Google account. However, if it's more than 3 months old, if you've got your Android phone synced to your Google, you've got a Google Plus account, I can assure you. You've got all of the Google materials. So you simply click on that plus in your name to go to your Google account. Once you're there, you're going to go to on the far right, there's a little drop down that says Home. You drop that little menu down, and you're going to see Pages and Local. Now, I see Pages because I've built a business page before. You may only see Local here. And if you have Pages there and you've never built one before, you'll see what the next step is in just a second here. Well, we'll just go ahead and go to that. So you're going to choose the appropriate option. If you've never built a page before, you're not going to have your pages in the center. This will be a blank page, but you'll still have the Get Your Page button right over here. Now, this is just like they have merged Google Local, Google, if some of you may remember Google Places from back in the day when they first started doing a business local search type thing, I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago, they had a thing called Google Places, or Google, yeah, it was Google Places. Get Your Page is the same thing as Get Your Place. They've merged that technology. It all merges into a business page based on your Google Plus profile. So when you talk about Google Local, when you talk about Google Places, when you talk about a Google Business page, they're all one and the same. They're 3 names for the exact same thing. Okay, please understand that. That's something that has gotten confusing with some of the gurus I've listened to, and to decipher the information. Take the confusion out of it. Your Google Plus profile is your personal profile. Then you have your business profile, and that used to be called Google Places, Google Local. It's Google Business Pages now. However you want to call it, it's the same. They're all one and the same. So clarify that. So if you're going to be, if you've never done it before, if you have to go and get your page, when you click Get Your Page, this is what you're going to get. Choose your business type. Now, I recommend that you choose a service area because we don't have a storefront. Even if you have a brick and mortar location, you still want to choose a service area because you don't want Google to think that you only do business in that 20-mile radius around your storefront. You can do loans if you're sitting in San Diego, you can do loans up in Orange County. Why not? So don't localize yourself too much with this, but give yourself a service area. You are going to need a physical address, but you want to be a service area because it will expand the amount of times when Google, somebody just types in mortgage lenders. Because of the way that Google works in terms of local, it's going to look at that IP address, and based on that IP address, it's going to give it local results first, and you want your results to show up in those local results if it's within a reasonable area around. So by doing a storefront, you're kind of confining where that is. So I recommend service area when you're setting this up. The next step is it takes you into this page, and you're on My Business, and it's asking you to search for your business by name or address. Now, most of you aren't going to search by name. You want to search by address. If you do not have a specific location, you can use a suite number. You can use your home address. That's okay too. You don't necessarily, you can get away, you can't use a P.O. box, I have found, because you can't verify the address. They won't verify that address. And all of this is not worth anything if you don't verify your business. So, find a title company and use their address, let them know what you're doing, use their address, and then add a suite number to it, something like that. But you need to search for your business first, and if it's not found, what you're going to get is it's going to find businesses that are similar, and then it's going to see none of these match, add your business. Okay, so you're going to add your business, and what that means is just adding in your business. You're going to give it a business name, a physical street address. Notice here that I use the Legacy Financial street address, 1205 West Abrams Street in Arlington, Texas, but I used Suite 101. That differentiates, that's a different business than Legacy Financial when somebody looks up Mortgage Mastermind Group. So that's how you, if you don't have a brick and mortar location and you need to use an alternative address, just find a title company that you do a lot of business with. Find a good referral partner that that you're friends with, or a boutique shop that you can go in and you're friends with the broker, and let them know what you're doing. Hey, I'm setting up my Google Business place. I need a brick and mortar location for an address to get verified. Here's what I'm trying to do. The next step is to submit for verification. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to send you a postcard in the mail, and that postcard is going to have a number on it. It's like a little code. And when you come back into here, when you click verify, and you'll see it's very easy to do when you come back in, or you can do it right away. But multiple places does it ask you to verify your account. Multiple places and times does it ask you to verify. You won't have any trouble getting back to where you verify if you've not done this before. This is a necessary step on being able to do reviews. Guys, let me repeat that. This is a necessary step on being able to do reviews. You must have a verified business page to be able to do reviews on Google. Okay, so that is a necessary step. Usually takes, I'll tell you, the last time I did it, it took about 8 days to get my verification email, or not email, but postcard in the mail. Tells you right here, to make sure we can manage this business page, verify. It tells you mail code's going to get there in 1 to 2 weeks, where it's going to be sent to. But you can set your page up, guys. If this is the first time you're doing this, you can go in and you can set up your page while you're waiting for your verification to come. So you don't have to sit back and not set stuff up. Now, if you remember about 3 weeks ago, we went into getting all of your social media sites set up with a Good About Me section that's on in the archives, on the Daily Mastermind archives. We talked about the importance of having your About Me section on your Facebook fan page and your LinkedIn profile and your Google Plus page all matching. I go into a lot of detail on how to edit and set up the different parts of your Google Plus pages. And so if you need some additional help, some additional, how-to on that, you definitely want to review back to that, because that'll go into where to go to edit. Now, if you already have a business page that you've done, you're simply you'll click on that, manage this page. That's going to take you here, drop down My Business, and go to Google Plus page. Because if not, you're on the back end. You're looking at it as an administrator. You're not on the actual page itself. Now, you'll notice, as I mentioned a minute ago, it tells you to verify your account multiple times. If I click this button, it's going to take me to a page that says, enter your code here. I don't have that code for this one, but I could re-verify if I need to. So, but from here, if you've already got a business page, if you've done this before already, you're simply going to drop down the My Business and go to Google Plus page. When you do that, that's going to take you to your actual page, and you're looking at it as if you were the general public looking at your business page. It tells you you're using Google Plus as your business page, but you're looking at it as if you were just a person viewing the page, right? Just below the main image, you've got your About section. You all know we went into that and edited that. We showed you how to do that. You've got your posts, your photos, your videos, and then you've got a section called Reviews. Now, in your settings, you can turn that on and off. By default, it is on, so it's not anything you need to go in and worry about right now today. It's by default on. But you want to click that button and go to the tab, so you're on your Reviews tab. This tab is shown to visitors. You can go to Google Plus settings to change which tabs are seen. You want to just leave that alone because you don't want to turn that off. But this URL address, this link at the top, is the link that you're going to provide to people. That's what you're going to be sending to people that you would like to give you a review on your Google Plus, on your Google business page. That's the link you're going to send them, okay? Now, again, I've got to verify. You absolutely must verify your business before you can get any reviews. People will go there, even if they're logged into Google, people will go there. They will not be able to review you if you don't have a verified, if it's not a verified business page. The number of reviews that you're shooting for is 10. Now, you could get more than that, absolutely. If you can get more than 10 reviews, boom, go get them. The number you're shooting for, though, is 10. And the reason I say that is because that seems to be like this all-powerful indicator to Google that you are relevant to that topic. And I have seen more people that once they get that 10th review, and of course it depends on how many other businesses in your category have, how many businesses have reviews and how many reviews they've got that are 5-star reviews. And 5-star reviews, if you have 3 5-star reviews, they far outweigh 6 or 10 2-star reviews. Far outweigh. Okay? Google is looking for quality. They're trying to give the end user the best experience, and that means providing them with the best companies or the best options for them. So 3 5-star reviews are far greater than 10 2- or 3-star reviews. Make sense? But your goal is 10. That seems to be like the magic number. And I'm not telling you that if somebody in your area has got 12 and another dude's got 14 and somebody else has 16, that number 10 is going to boost you to the top. Number 10 gets you recognized. That seems to be the put you on the map number. Because of the power of social proof, Google puts a lot of weight on reviews. And there's studies out, again, with all kinds of statistics. And yes, we are going to be talking about Yelp reviews and the power that they deliver in a class coming to you in the near future. Is it correct that the reviewer needs to set up a Gmail account? They don't necessarily need to set up a Gmail account, but they do have to have a Google account. They do have to have a Google account in order to review you. Now, I can't remember what the number was, but it was something like 73% of Americans have, it was a sick number, 73% of internet users, adults, have a Google account of some sort. Some don't even know that they've got a Google account. But yes, you do have, the people will have to have a Google account to do a review on Google. Now, Yelp is a little bit different. When we talk about that strategy, there is a guest setting. Same thing with TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor also has a guest setting. Google does not offer a guest review setting. Is there a way to delete reviews you don't think are appropriate? That's always been a bone of contention because Google doesn't want the business owner to be able to go in and remove reviews that are unwarranted. But yes, you do have a way to hide reviews from your page. You'll have a way to manage the reviews that you've got. Okay, again, you have to be verified, but you can manage reviews in Google. Okay, so who are you going to ask for these reviews? Well, the first person is recent clients, recent people that you recently had a experience with. Now, when I say that the magic number, the number you're looking for is 10, that may mean that you have to ask 50 or 20 or 30, not 50, 20 or 30 or 40 people to review you. Because, as Bill said, some of them aren't going to have a Google account. Some are flat out going to say, no, no thank you. Some are going to forget. Some are going to procrastinate. But you're going to get some, and that's what's important here is getting some. So ask your clients you bonded with. Maybe you haven't done business with them in 5 or 6 years, but it's somebody you keep in touch with or you're engaging with on Facebook. Refer your referral partners are great people to ask to review your colleagues. And here's the way that you ask for the review. Here's a little script, and yes, you are going to get the PowerPoint. And again, every time I give you guys a script, I always want to deliver the script with a little bit of a disclaimer. Please understand that I am Florida redneck guy, old school cracker. This is the way that I talk. So I encourage you to absolutely use my script, but tweak this script to be put into your language. Make it your words, the words that you would say to somebody. Okay? And it's basically, hello, Mr. Client. I wanted to say thank you again for trusting me with your home purchase financing. It was an honor to have served you. I am conducting a little experiment, and I'm hoping I can count on your help. Notice I put the word count on. I'm hoping I can count on your help, not I'm asking for your help. I hope I can count on your help. A friend of mine told me about this thing on Google that can boost my business ranking in searches. I just have to get ratings and reviews to make it work. What I need from you, not what I'd like, what I need from you is a quick and easy, I made quick and easy, made it, trying to paint the picture, give them those key words that are painting the picture that this is not going to be painful. What I need from you is a quick and easy review on my Google business page. It does not, and I meant to put the word have, it does not have to be anything fancy, just an honest review of the work I did for you. I appreciate your help in advance. I'm already telling them thank you. To leave a quick review, just click here, and I would hyperlink the word here to that link I showed you guys a minute ago when I went to my business page. I clicked on my Google Plus business page and then clicked on reviews. To leave a quick review, just click here. That will take you to my Google Business Review page. It will require you be logged into your Google account. Again, thank you in advance for your help. Here is a sample of what some others have written on other review sites for me. Paul was knowledgeable and efficient in helping me get my mortgage. I was kept in the loop through the entire process, and Paul made it simple for me to understand. I would recommend Paul to anyone thinking of buying a new home. Thank you for allowing me to be your mortgage professional, Paul Baxter. That's just a short, quick, easy little script. And here's the thing, guys. Some of us, and I've heard people say, well, you know, it just feels kind of weird asking people to review you, asking for reviews. People understand that. People use reviews as a way that they make their buying decisions, and people are happy to express their feelings so that others can use their knowledge to make buying. But people feel good about it when you, oh, you want me to give you a review? That makes them feel good. People love that. When they say, man, I would love it if you could give me a little testimony. Man, I would love to do that. You want me to do that for you? People like to help one another. And so people are willing to do that. And I will tell you, don't be afraid to reach out in other places, like Facebook. Did anybody see this post? I don't know how many of you are friends with Michael Mayer, but the guy did. I mean, this is a shameless plug to reach out for reviews to boost his rating. That's all this is. Hey, looking for a quick favor. We're at 297 reviews on Amazon, thebookreferrals.com, and looking for 3 more to get to 300. He only needed 3 more referrals, and he posted it out on Facebook with his 2,000 some odd friends. Okay. If you have read 7L, thought it was 5-star worthy, and have not reviewed it on Amazon, please consider doing it today. Also, put your information in your review, as this is a book on referrals, and those who read it are interested in giving and receiving referrals. I know of at least one reviewer who has reviewed a referral from this review. Received a referral from his review. Thank you, blessings, Mike. I mean, it's okay to reach out and ask for these referrals, and I absolutely recommend that you do so. Now I can see that there are some questions in here, so let's go ahead and pop open Google here real quick, and let's go to our Google Plus, and then go to the home, and then go to my pages. And here, as you can see, I've got the 2 to choose from. Manage this page, or I can get a page. So let's manage this page. And I have done nothing here, as you can see. I've done no editing whatsoever. So I can come in here and I can begin to edit. So it's asking me already to change my profile photo. So let's do that. What just happened there? Uploaded is too small. Needs to be 250 by 250. So I'll play with that a little bit later. But I've got the question box popped open, so I'm going to start plugging through some of these. Did that already. Can you show the steps to get to this page? That was fairly early on in the presentation. Which page were you referring to? Which page was it that you're referring to, the steps to get to, James? Sorry, man. I missed that one. I didn't catch it quick enough. Sorry about that. But sorry about that. The next question is when you're in Google Plus, how can I verify if I already have some reviews? So when you're in your Google Plus page, let me close out of here. When I'm in my Google Plus page, when I first go to My Business, so if you went to your Google Plus page to get that URL address for your reviews, simply come back here to the top, drop down that menu again, and go to My Business. That's going to take you to your business page, and that's where you've got your share stuff. These are your applications. You've got any ads that you've done. You've got any insights for any activity that's happened on this page. And then you've got your section called Reviews. Now, this is a non-verified page, so I can't get in there. But if you have a verified page, you'll be able to get in there, and that's going to show you all your reviews. You can respond to them as the business. You know, hey, thank you very much, James, for the kind words. It was my pleasure to do business with you, or, you know, my pleasure to serve you, that kind of a thing. That's where you'll manage it. So again, to get there, depending on where you were, let me come back to my main login here, and we'll re-navigate through the whole dealy bob. So you go to your Google Plus page, your main one, right? You drop down Home. You go to Pages. You click on the Manage This Page button. Now, by the default, that's going to take you to your My Business page. So from here, you would simply scroll down to your Reviews section and manage your reviews from there, right? And all of your edit stuff. Like I said, it literally walks you through here. It's telling me my profile is only 40% complete. It's telling me to add a profile photo. You could even do a webcam shot from right there if you wanted to. So if I wanted to do this the right way, I'd come in here, I'd go here, and I'd start making myself a new image. So let's go to Insert. Let's go to a picture. Wait a minute, I think I made that picture already, didn't I? Yeah, so I'd make, you know, a cool picture. I love how it makes my teeth pink when I do that. Huh. Yep, blacked out my teeth. How about that? With the blacked out teeth. You like that one? That's pretty special. Oh, there we go. Now it gave me some teeth back. It's got my neck gone. One side of the neck. All right, well, we'll see what that looks like. That's not too terrible. So then we could save that as an image. That's a little bigger than the 250 by 250 they wanted, right? Add that baby to it. Oh, now that one's too big, huh? Oh, that's as small as they'll let me get. All right. So you can play with it and get your stuff set up. Where were we? Got some questions popped in there again. The long URL address to send to others. So once you're done editing your profile, you drop down, when you're on your business, the same when you're on your home page, you got your business drop down. Instead of home drop down, it's my business drop down. So then the first link is Google Plus page. And when you go to Google Plus page, that takes you to your actual page, and then you want to click your reviews button. Don't make it easy for them to navigate. You don't want to tell them go to your Google Plus page and then click your reviews. Just give them the URL address to click those reviews right away. And so you just come up here. Once you've clicked that reviews, the URL address at the top is the one that you're going to give them. Right, and I'm in an incognito window, which means it's not cookied. So if you paste and go that's going to take you to my Google Plus. Now, it took me out of reviews. Notice that. It took me out of reviews because I'm not signed in. Join Google Plus or log in, so I don't have the option to review, right? So that's why it did that. That's why it didn't come up with the review button or on the review page, because I can't review if I'm not logged in to Google Plus. Can we create several Google Plus business pages for different? Yeah, absolutely. Notice this. Let me come back to myself here real quick. Oops, sorry. Hold on 1 second. Let me come back to my main account here. Notice when I go to pages, that's showing me my Tampa Bay Redfish Tour page and my Mortgage Mastermind Group page. Now, if I want, I can add another page. So I would get your page here and then just go through that process again of setting up another page. But again, you've got to verify it. And it can't be the same address as a page that's already a verified address. So what you would do is you would incorporate the suite number strategy into what you're doing. You know, if you're using 123 Easy Street as your main business page, well then for your other business page you would use 123 Easy Street Suite 101 or Suite 201 and so on and so forth. So yes, managing multiple locations, use my Google My Business locations. So there's also this on the bottom of that setup, so that you can manage multiple business accounts from the same G Plus profile. This is new. I have not seen this before. Updated terms. We've updated the terms of service. I am authorized to manage the business listings I provide, and I agree to the terms of service. Yes. Ooh, my account is upgraded. Your updates to Google will go live faster, typically within a day. If you lose ownership of locations, you can ask the owner to add you as a manager or to transfer ownership. Yeah, this seems to be a little bit of a more advanced thing going on here. Wow, okay. So yeah, you can have multiple, and then they even give you a dashboard to manage these multiple accounts from one little dashboard to make it easy for you. Wow, so it's saying that this is designed for managing 10 or more business locations. If you manage fewer, use My Business. Sounds good to me. That looked a little complicated. So you don't even need to use that extra thing. If you've got 2 or 3, something like that, you just use the regular platform that we're showing right here today. Yes, yes. So the question James just asked, and this is an important one for everybody to understand the answer to, the question is, when I went to my Google account, there are several posts already in there of other people. There are videos posted that I created several months ago. Is this account pulling over content from my other areas of Google? Yes, it is. That's one of the things that Google Plus and the synchronization between all things Google does. If you notice, if I go to my profile, and I'm just going to go to my, now this is just my home page. That's like my news feed. Like way back in the day, what was it? Something happened. I clicked Dolly Parton. Some of my friends are on here. Like some of you guys know the wonderful and beautiful Miss Susan Hawkins, wonderful lady. When she does something, it gets posted here. So there's a lot of things that, this is just a news feed, and I don't necessarily have to accept somebody or connect to somebody. People can add you on Google Plus without you adding them back. Now you can block people too, of course. But if you go to your own profile, when I go to my own profile, you may notice the only things posted here are videos from my YouTube account. And that's because when I make a video public on YouTube, because it's connected to my Google Plus account, it automatically shares those videos, right? It automatically shares those videos on my Google, whether I've kept them or not. When I do a Hangout, it shares that information, and that's because my Google stuff is synced. Now, when I was setting up my Android phone, it asked me, there is a specific part that you have to either accept or decline, that when you take a photograph, it stores or backs up those photographs on your Google Plus account. So if you come into here, into my photos, let me go into photos real quick here. I thought I just did, maybe not. So we'll go into photos this way. You'll notice that there were a lot of pictures from my phone that got merged over here automatically. And this was before the new phone, so I don't have my photos coming over here automatically any longer. But these photos were automatically, every time I take a picture of a fish, boom, it was bringing it on over. Boom, it was bringing it on over from my phone over to here. Now, I probably ought to go back and do that because there's a lot of beautiful fish pictures here. You guys think I like to fish at all? Anybody? Anybody think I'm interested in fishing? I know, right? Okay. Wow. Upload photos. I'll bet you $1 if I did. Oh my goodness. I know they're very proud of the changes that they've made recently. I was wondering if I was going to be able to sync to my phone right from here. I was wondering if I could do it from my Google Plus, but I definitely can share them from my phone directly into Google Plus. I'm typically a catch and release guy, James. Most of the fish, very few of the fish that you see in these pictures got eaten. Like this fish got eaten. I love redfish. Redfish is probably one of my very favorite fish to eat, so that one probably got eaten. But a vast majority get to swim away. Like these guys got to swim away. All of these guys got to swim away. Don't get me started. I could sit here all day. All of these guys got to swim away. This guy right here did not swim anywhere. That was by far, hands down, the very best steak I have ever had in my entire life. I cannot remember the name. It's like the American version of Kobe beef. It's at Bob's Steakhouse outside of Dallas, Texas, in Arlington. Bob's Steakhouse, they call it the tomahawk ribeye. It's a bone-in ribeye. It's about 20 ounces with the bone, and it is, I think, 72 days aged. Most amazing steak I ever put in my mouth. We're not here to talk about my pictures, guys. Not here to talk about that at all. But yes, all of your Google stuff will synchronize with your Google Plus profile. Now, you can also go to your people, and you can find people to become friends with, hang out with. Like, okay, there's Jeff. I know I added him last time. There's Lisa. Lisa's on the call with us today, so we're going to add Lisa in there. There's my buddy Drew. There's our good friend Chris Freck. So we'll add him in there. We'll add our good friend Cindy. We'll add our good buddy Mr. Chris Arbery. And so on. You can just kind of go through and add people to your circles, and you know, you've got different circles that you can choose from. Yes, you can have people in multiple circles. If I want to have people in multiple circles, you can create new circles if you need more circles. And those are kind of like your friends on. Those are kind of like your friends on Google Plus. All right, so the question is, how do you get rid of seeing all the multiple posts from somebody that's annoying on Facebook, like somebody that wants to sit there and make 15 or 20 posts about your favorite football team during the game, and so it's constantly bling, bling, bling on your team. So here's what you do. When you get some of those multiple posts by somebody that you really, okay, I'm going to find one. There's one that I have put off undoing because she's friends with a whole lot of people that I'm friends with from high school, and so I don't want to lose the connection because she is still friends with a lot of them, but she posts something constantly all the time, stuff that makes no difference, like, oh, the little puppy dog had an accident. Okay, I cleaned up the puppy dog accident. Okay, the puppy dog is, just come on. And of course today there's Facebook silence. Normally it's like every other post I see on here is from her. Bear with me, we'll find one. There's another one. I could go ahead and do this one too. So what you do when you have those posts, James, is you come to the poster, the offending party, and when you're by that person's post, and I'm just on my news feed, as you can clearly see, when you're on that person's post, up on the top right, you've got this little tiny drop-down arrow. So you drop that down. You can say, I don't want to see this, which means just this post itself. You can unfollow Judy, which means that you're kind of basically unfriending. You can hide all from whatever she shared from. You can take a survey to make newsfeed better. Basically, you can unfollow, or you can not want to see this. Unfollow means that you're not going to see posts anymore from whoever that is on there. So if I unfollow, boom, I will no longer see posts from Judy in my news feed. Now that doesn't mean I unfriended her. To unfriend Judy, I would need to actually go to Judy's profile, and I would need to drop down the little friends button, and I could unfriend. I could say acquaintances. I could add to another list. So you can do lots of different things with that, but the easiest thing to do is unfollow. That way you don't see those posts anymore. I hear you, man. That's exactly, you got them sent to your cell phone. You get that dadgum notification every 20 seconds. It's like, ah. Yeah, I hear you, man. I absolutely hear you. Here's our good friend Marco LeBron with his little boy. I don't know if you guys are friends with Marco on Facebook. Extraordinary, really, really good loan officer. He's in the Virginia Beach area. Great, great guy. Love following his kids playing baseball. If you get a chance, reach out and tell him hello. Oh, you can. Peggy is saying, James, Peggy is saying that you can set your phone to not get those notifications, meaning you're on Facebook on your phone still, but you don't get that notification every single time. I got to be honest with you guys. I do not Facebook on my phone, and I don't do it for it's purposeful. I just don't Facebook on my phone, and so I don't know how to do that. Peggy says, I don't get Facebook or email notification sounds. I'm assuming it's a setting inside of your phone's actual settings. So if you go into the settings on your phone, which is an application on the Samsung, you would go into your applications, and one of those applications is settings. And you're going to go to sound settings. And you're going to look for the section called applications. And you should be able to go in there and uncheck the little checkbox that has a notification set for Facebook or any of the other ones. And Peggy's confirming that. She says, yes, it's in your phone settings. My phone would blow up if I got email notices. I'd never get any. Absolutely. I'm the same way. But I turn mine on during the daytime hours, during business hours, and then in the evening I turn that off, just so it doesn't wake up. Because I get, I'm signed up on a whole lot of other coaches' stuff just so I can keep abreast of what's going on, so I can stay up to date with what other marketing strategies that we can work on and that I can help you guys implement. And so each one of those, you fill out the form, and now you're on their email reminder lists for the next 10 to 12 months. So I get, several of them, especially during the overnight hours, because marketers have discovered that sending those, 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. emails, it increases our open rate because you're catching that person that checks their email first thing in the morning. They're having their coffee, checking their email. You get those opens because that's what they're doing in the morning. That does not change that I recommend that no one on this call check their email first thing in the morning. We start our day a little bit differently. We start with a positive affirmation, something that is for us, something that motivates us, something that reminds us of our why. That's how we start our day. We don't open our email first thing in the morning. All right, guys, girls, that's all I've got for today. So great questions, good exchange. I highly recommend, and I think a lot of us are in the same position with this, that we don't have a verified business page on Google Plus yet. I highly recommend take the steps from today's PowerPoint and go get your business page, get it verified as soon as possible. The faster you can do that, the faster you can then begin reaching out and asking people to give you those reviews. And no, you're not going to get everyone to give you a review. But the more that you can get, the more and more Google juice you guys are going to get, okay? I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time for me to hang out with me today, and tomorrow I've got a great top producer interview scheduled for you. A really great guy, going to come on, and we're just basically going to ask him some questions about his business. Nothing really prepared other than the questions that I'm going to ask. And on his end, he's just going to kind of answer them honestly, a true top producer interview. So look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see you right back here, same time, same channel on Monday. Have a great day, and we'll see you on tomorrow's top producer interview session. Bye, everybody.